episode 2, Trev's Top 10s, here on Trev's Hockey Show. I'm the Trev. You know that. If you're tuning in, if you're watching, it's too sweet. Anyway, if you don't understand the concept of Trev's Top 10s, let me explain. If you missed it on the main channel, I'll explain it to you right now. The Top 10s is something I promised about 96 videos ago. And the Top 10s is something that's going to cross all my channels. It started off on the main channel. Now it's working its way to the hockey channel. Eventually it will make its way to the wrestling channel. So if you see this one, well, this one's episode 2. It won't be in a chronological order. Episode 1's on the main channel. Episode 2's here. Episode 3 or 4 might appear on the wrestling channel. And then if we come back here, you get the idea, I hope. But anyway, this is episode 2 of the Top 10s. And this is my top 10 hockey moments of 2019. Now granted, the later half of 2019 didn't produce nearly as many memorable things in my mind as the earlier half of 2019, but we're going to talk about the things from January 1st, 2019 to this point, because I imagine with as many days left in the year, I don't really know if anything horribly memorable happens, and if it does, well, hey, my bad for not talking about it. But these are my favorite moments from the calendar year. So let's get started. Now, when you talk goalies and amazing saves, you usually see them with the trapper or the kick in the pad or just flailing around the net, just fluking out, getting that puck not going in the net. You don't see too many guys actually dropping the stick and catching it with their blocker hand. Except Tuukka Rask. November 19th, he did just that. Scrambling a play to make the save, sticks dropped, and he catches it in his bare hand with his blocker. He could have blocked it on the top. He used his hand to catch the puck. And that was the end of that play. Brave goalie, amazing play. I loved it. Moment number 9 comes to us from October 29th, the Harwich Classic. And it's not so much who was in it, how the game was played, the amount of excitement was in it, more or less the fact that it was in a neutral site. The fact that they were able to actually play an outdoor game in a non-NHL market in Regina, of all places, and sold it out. That should speak a lot to the longevity of how popular hockey is, not just in Regina, but in Canada alone. But it was great to see that it was a success in a non-hockey market, and who knows, maybe they'll do it again. Maybe they'll do it somewhere in the Maritimes. That'd be a perfect place. Number 8. And Penguins fans are going to hate me for the next 2. I guarantee it. The Islanders sweeping the Penguins. It's always something that puts a smile on my face when the Penguins lose. It made me cry for joy when the Islanders swept them in 4. The Islanders weren't even supposed to make the playoffs, much less be in the top 3 in their division. But they managed to outscore the Penguins 14-6 in 4 games. April 16th, they drove the nail home, and Pittsburgh was out in 4. That made me happy. Segue to number 7. February 23rd, Stadium Series. Philadelphia beat the Penguins in overtime, on prime time, outdoors, and managed to take a few of them out at the same time. That made me happy. The fact that not so much that the Penguins lost outdoors on prime time, but to Philly. Like, their rivalry is something that I thoroughly enjoy watching. And to see Philly come out on top, as much as I despise the Flyers, that was a nice treat. Now, July 1st is a scary moment for a lot of people who are fans of players going into free agency, and it was no different for me. I mean, number 1 in the heart, number 1 in the program, number 40 on the Islanders. Varley signed with the Islanders. And at first, I was heartbroken, skeptical, but at the same time, it was like that 12 steps. You come to the moment of realization that, hey, maybe this is a great thing. And so far, is turning out to be just that. I mean, if he had stayed in Colorado, he'd have probably just been a glorified backup, because Grubauer, part of that old three-headed monster that Varley was a part of in Washington back in 2010, 11, and 12, is playing like Grubauer can, and Varley is playing amazing in Long Island. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to rush out and buy an Islanders jersey, unless it says Varlamov, of course, but the fact that he's able to play as well as he is on a team that has been written off by many, myself included, many times. It could be scary come April to see what the Islanders do again. Number 5. Svechnikov scoring the Michigan. Now, if you've never seen this, pause this video, look it up right now. I've seen a lot, and I mean a lot, of NHL guys try and pull this one off to no success. But when Svechnikov did it, and I think this is his second attempt at doing it in a National Hockey League game, and managed to succeed at it, that was beauty play. Beauty play. And I'd love to see somebody else do it again. I'd love to see Svechnikov do it one more time. Maybe a few more times. But seeing somebody actually do it in an NHL game, it was nice. It was nice. The creativity just does not stop, and I'm thankful for that. At a time when scoring 50 goals in a season is really only accomplished by a select few, a handful of guys, it was nice to see Draisaitl do it. April 6th, 2019, in game against Calgary, he managed to become the first German. I'm not counting Heatley in this, even though Heatley is born German. Became the first German to score 50 goals. And it was good to see. I mean, ever since the Oilers drafted him, I've always said you cannot pay enough for German efficiency, and Draisaitl's proven just that. And I'm only saying that too because, he's one of my favorite players. Despite the fact he plays for the Oilers, we can look past that. The fact that he's proven how good German efficiency is only takes the cake. 3. Matching milestones. March 12, 2019. Game against Washington and Pittsburgh. Ovechkin struck first. He managed to score his 1,200th point in his career, and he's not done. He's got more in the tank, I guarantee you that. Later on in the game, Evgeny Malkin scores .1000. Now, I don't remember the last time I've seen a game where you have matching milestones, but see picks 1 and 2 from the 2004 draft class do it. And I remember back in that draft too, I was saying Washington needs to trade the farm plus more to get both these guys. Could you imagine? Stop time for one moment. Imagine what it would have been like seeing Ovechkin and Malkin on the same team. Oh, that'd have been scary. But that's my number 3 moment. Runner up. No opt-out of the CBA. September 1st, the NHL said we're not opting out of the CBA. Everything's fine. The way it is, let's just keep running the business. September 16th, the NHLPA, we're not opting out. Everything's fine. Let's keep negotiating, keep everything as it is. So we're guaranteed labor certainty till at least 2022, which is great because you don't want a work stoppage before Seattle comes. That would just put a sour taste in a lot of people and a lot of new hockey fans' mouths. And who knows, maybe that is the starting point to achieve more labor peace for hopefully another 10, 12 years. However long they want to write the new CBA for, whatever else they want to add into it. One can hope, and I'm hopeful. My number 1 moment for the 2019 calendar year. Not the 2019-20 season, not the 2018-19 season, the 2019 calendar year. Alex Ovechkin, setting the point mark for Russian-born players. February 5th, 2019. Ovechkin scores point number 1,180, passing Sergei Fedorov as the highest scoring point Russian of all time. And again, I think I said this at point number 3. He's not done. He's not done. I mean, he hit 1,200 at that point. This was basically cementing his status as the greatest Russian machine ever. Ever. And I can't wait to see what his numbers are at least another 5 years. I mean, I'm very hopeful that he will have a career goal record to add to his resume. But we'll see. I mean, he's only 35. He's got more hockey to play. And yeah, not done. Not by a long shot. So that's episode 2 of Trev's Top 10s here on Trev's Hockey Show. I want to thank you for tuning in. Your viewership always means so much to me. Always has, always will. I do appreciate when you guys tune in. I do appreciate when you guys give me that thumbs up. When you like that video, it lets me know I'm doing something right. If you really want to, there's that little red button. Smack that thing. And stay up to date with all the content I'm putting out. If you want to, you can find Trev's Trade page on Facebook at Trev's Trade page. You can find the parent channel on Facebook at Trev's TV. And you can find me on Instagram at RockstarTrevTV. Moving forward, as far as the top 10s is concerned, one more is done. And then I have the challenge of doing 2 more after that, which will be on a different channel. But we at least got to start for the top 10s as far as hockey is concerned. And that was my main focus, my main goal. So the fact that it started, the fact that we're starting a lot of things that I had big plans for, it's a great thing, but I can't help but think that, having 2.5 weeks of holiday off work is really helping this cause. So, having said all that, in the meantime, and in between time, be looking for more videos from the Trev. Later.